Help me welcome Reyes Devore.
Hello everyone, my name is Reyes Devore, and I stand before you today as a daughter, a mother, a sister, an auntie, and most importantly, an advocate for Indigenous rights. I currently serve as the co-director and community outreach manager for Pueblo Action Alliance. We are a grassroots organization that was founded by women from the Pueblo of Reyes. We promote cultural sustainability by addressing environmental and social impacts of Indigenous communities. With that being said, I would like to take a moment to honor the land that we are on. Before we knew this place as Albuquerque, it was Tiwa territory to 12 villages that lived along the Rio Grande. Please take your caps and glasses off for a moment of silence for the ancestors of this land. Thank you. As Indigenous people, it is always important that we honor and acknowledge the land because our lifeways are deeply connected to it, as well as the water that nourishes our bodies and the air that we breathe in. This is why it is extremely crucial that we do whatever it takes to stop from any further extractive industry development. If we don't stop the land grab from money-hungry corporations, then what kind of environment will we leave for our daughters, nieces, and our relatives to thrive in? There's only so much you can take before it is completely destroyed. It's going to take each and every one of us to stand in opposition. If you want to protect public land, remember that it goes deeper than that for Indigenous people. It is ancestral land, and we are literally protecting what hasn't been taken from us. What we face is an extension of settler colonialism, but we will not allow the continuation of the erasure of our people. We are the protectors, and I honor Red Fawn, our Lakota sister, a water protector who is being held as a political prisoner for protecting water at Standing Rock. To this day, she has been in incarceration for over 2 years. That is far too long and unjust. I made the early morning drive from my village, the Pueblo of Reyes, where the land and people are beautiful. As I got dressed this morning, there was a lot of intention put into what I wear before you all. The red fringes on this shawl, the red moccasins on my feet, the red belt around my waist, and the red coral in my necklace are to honor all of my Indigenous sisters that have lost their lives in this unseen crisis we face. Red is the color that we wear to honor the missing and murdered Indigenous women of our communities. This is a heartbreaking epidemic that we are facing. And it is time that we acknowledge that oil and gas industry is directly tied to this crisis because of the man caps that are set up on our land. I stand here and speak to honor them because they deserve justice. I also stand here and speak in hope to bring some strength to continue the fight against the patriarchy that oppresses all of us. We have experienced the tail end of this from toxic masculinity, but how do we heal ourselves from this and the intergenerational trauma that we carry? Healing has been a very big discussion in the past couple years, and I'm proud that we're finally beginning to talk about what healthy relationships look like. But let us not forget our most vulnerable, our children. Let's make sure that we acknowledge that those healthy relationships start in the womb. Their social emotional development matters just as much as ours, and if we invest in them, then we can begin to break free from these harmful cycles that affect us daily. I call on everyone before me to think about their intentions every day. Those daily actions are where change happens. How are you being supportive of Indigenous people? Does your feminism include the LGBT, the trans, and non-binary community? When you talk about equity and inclusion, does that include those who are most marginalized? Take a stand to be in solidarity. Use your privileges to uplift everyone, because if we leave them behind, then there will be no true liberation for all of us. Thank you, Nopa. I would like to ask you all to chant with me, because what Pueblo Action Alliance does is that we do a lot of protection of the greater Chaco region, and there are Dene communities who are deeply facing the impacts of the oil and gas industries. So when I say water, not oil, you say keep it in the soil. Water, not oil! Keep it in the soil! Water, not oil! Keep it in the soil! Water, not oil! Keep it in the soil! Thank you.